What's up, summoners? King Blair here. Today we're going to be going over the balance patch that recently just dropped today. We're going to be talking about the heroes that you need to be watching out for, touching on some of the heroes that are like, oh, it's pretty nice, but nothing super crazy, and just overall at the end talking about whether this list changes anything, what they missed, what I'd like to see in the future, and then what they did right overall. So without further ado, let's get right into it. If you liked the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and join the Discord link. All very important, so make sure you do them. But alright, let's actually start talking. So first, the first thing about the balance list is it's a little bit different because there's balance changes and then there's AI changes. And there's some AI changes that are like, you need to actually watch out for because you will be seeing this and you need to understand how it works when you're attacking an arena. And then some of them which is just like, you need to know because it's not the best. So let's start talking about it. So first on the balance, my boy Ambitious Tywin. He's been sitting on the bench probably for everyone for so long, and he's finally coming off that list because he actually has some pretty good stuff going for him. So he's one of those heroes that I do expect to see more of now. People are going to start building him, and he's going to become a counterpick, a niche counterpick unit in RTA. And he's going to become a pretty solid option for regular arena for both offense and for defense. So why? So in terms of buffs, the biggest thing that they buffed is his passive. Now is on an ally, not himself, which we'll talk about why that's significant. And then the ultimate has a chance to stun now with an 80% chance. Y'all, that is pretty high. Like you might think, oh, it's not 100, but that's like, it's 80%. Like it means that on average, it's every time you use this ultimate, if no one has immunity, maybe one unit won't get stunned. The rest probably will. That's what it basically comes down to, which is like, if you can stun 3 units consistently, that's strong. And it's like on a 4-turn cooldown when fully awakened, and then you can soul burn it, so it's down 2 more turns, so you can have it back up pretty fast. Oof. So why is it significant? So right now, many of you guys know, one of the most buffed units, one of the strongest units in regular arena, RTA, just everywhere. He's one of the best PvP units, is Basar. And one of the things that makes Basar so strong is the unable to be buffed very early on in the fight. Yes, he still has the common readiness decrease, but when he ultimates, one of the most annoying things with Ambitious Tywin was that Basar would hit everyone, and then ML Tywin would resist it. And then it's like, okay, GG, my ML Tywin didn't cleanse. But now, because of this, it makes it so when Basar ultimates, he hits everyone, but ML Tywin resists it, but someone else doesn't. His passive will still trigger, which is so nice. That is so nice. Like, it's just so nice. If any ally on your team has a debuff, this will trigger if they hit him. So Basar, Seaside Bellona, when she procs her S2, that's another big one, is the Seaside Bellona, because when she procs her S2, now Ambitious Tywin has a way to remove that defense break. So when Seaside Bellona's turn comes around and she S3s, hopefully your ML Tywin has taken a turn by then, and then he'll be able to cleanse one of the debuffs, and it's just so much more consistent. It added so much consistency. The other thing is they gave him utility, which he lacked a lot of. Like he had a provoke, and the souls, which is like, okay, that's kind of cool for RTA, like it comes up every once in a while. And like if you have it in arena with the Elris sword, a counterattack set. But now with the new thing with the stun, that is scary. It's scary to think that now you can come in with an ML Tywin and be able to stun AoE. That's super good. Like, is he broken? Is he like one of the best ML heroes? No. Is he the worst? No. He's no longer the worst ML hero. He is tanky, he has good base stats, and now he has a way to decrease defense, decrease speed, and stun, so it makes it so you lose a turn to the stun, and then you get outsped because of the defense decrease, and now he has a more consistent passive that actually functions. So he's definitely going to be seeing a lot more play, so you do need to watch out for him. You do need to know that he is going to be more annoying to deal with, and you have to just know he exists. You have to be ready for him because he is going to be seeing a lot more play, especially if you start picking too many debuffers, this is a really good option for tank teams because it's a good ad now. It's a good knight that can disrupt, it can stun, it can decrease defense, and it can hold all the broken knight artifacts. Next up, Charlotte, y'all. It makes her damage way more consistent because when it's the caster's turns, because an attack that targets all enemies when used on the caster's turn, this change attack always triggers a critical hit when it hits. So when she attacks on her turn, it's an AoE and it will always crit. Why this is nice is because now you don't have to build crit rate on her. You can build other stats. And then she has a better way to make unhealable AoE. It's better for PvE. I think it's really, really nice change for PvE. Is she going to be seeing PvP play? Very little, just because Bassard is still, again, Bassard is still so big that she still like could counter Bassard, but I just feel like there's better options still. Like, yeah, it's a step in the right direction, but I don't know. You Charlotte players probably use her way more than I do. Tell me if this like fixes her completely, but I highly doubt it. She's still like a mediocre unit. She's still like, okay, she can crit now, which is nice. So that's cool. But all right, next up is Destina. Y'all, when I saw Destina, I was excited and then I was disappointed. You do not need to watch out for her. They really missed the mark on her because the worst thing that she has is her base speed. And she gets completely overshadowed by Rey. What they did here was, okay, you know, her S3 boosts a lot if you have a lot of debuffs and it's nice against Dizzy. And you get what, like 50% combat readiness or like 75% combat readiness, and now the S2 gives you 50%. It's annoying, yes. It's a buff, yes, absolutely. But it's just still not enough. Rey's still just like so much better. Because Rey gives you immunity, Rey cleanses, Rey gives you barriers, Rey removes debuffs. Destina can remove debuffs with the S1, which is nice, and she can heal. The S2 now is pretty annoying, but it's not going to like win you a fight straight up. It's not going to protect you from that much more damage. It does give you the turn, but I wish it just like cleansed or something. Like that S2, if it cleansed or gave them a buff, it'd be so much better if they added that and this. But it's just not enough. Rey's still a better option, and then her abysmal base speed. It's like, okay, you're gonna use her turn just so she can get 50%, but you're already hurting yourself by using a slower Soul Weaver instead of using Rey, who is way faster. So I'm disappointed in it, but we'll probably have to keep waiting. She definitely is still usable. She's still a decent unit. It's just, it's heartbreaking to see, especially since she got all that stuff. Lilibet, only thing you need to know is they moved her artifact to her S3 and they gave her more damage, which is really nice because now she can do her job even better. It's still not enough. Why do I say that? Because Sigret does her job but better, because Sigret can also kill another unit. Yes, Lilibet can counter Arbiter Vildred, but like 75% of Arbiter Vildreds are not on Moonlight Dreamblade, they're on Alexa's Basket. The other 25% are on Moonlight Dreamblade, and she's able to beat them now because she has that extra damage. She can get through an FCC barrier better, but that's all she's there for. So for a lot of free-to-play players, this is really nice. Nice quality of buff. Just know that Lilibet is way better. If you're still struggling with Arbiter Vildred, it's another option you can use, but it's okay. It's nothing crazy. I don't think it's game-changing. It's going to make it a little bit better. I still think Sigret and ML Haste are the best ways to counter Arbiter Vildred, and a Singelica. So this one's just okay. Tempest Surin. Now here, this is one that I'm actually going to spend a little bit more time on because she's actually pretty solid. So one of the biggest things that they add her is she dispels all the debuffs from herself before granting herself stealth. So why is this significant? So if you guys don't know, ML Surin cannot be one-shot. So that's part of her passive. She's 51% health. She can only take 51% health, which means you need at least 2 hits on her to actually be able to kill her. Why is this change so significant? So now she is an amazing anti-cleave unit that can also stealth herself, so you can't pop her right after with a single attack unit. And if you try to ulti again, you're probably not going to kill her because stealth protects you quite a bit. My Assassin Kali, who does not have a single defensive stat, can survive an Arbiter Vildred ultimate and still be like 40% health just because of her stealth. Because the stealth protects you so much from an AoE hit. And since she can't be targeted by single target, oof, it makes it so she can actually take her turn and removes debuffs. So if Basar comes in, ultimates, and then like a BBK comes in, she will dispel all the debuffs, gives herself a turn, and then be able to counteract now with an ultimate that can inflict silence. The inflict silence is bigger than you think because that just basically makes your opponent, it's almost like a stun, but there are some really good units that still have very strong S1s. But the silence, it's so annoying. If you're trying to cleave and you're not going to be able to kill her one shot, if they have a tanky team, she's going to come in, she's going to be able to use her ultimate, and she might come in the middle of your cleave if you're doing a double unit cleave, like if you're doing the vildred, arbiter vildred. Now she's able to cleave in there and come back in with like a lifesteal set, lifesteal back to over 51% health, and then you're back to where you started. She's probably going to be really annoying, probably around the same level as Mursa. Not as annoying as Mursa, I will say that, but very similar to the amount of usage Mursa gets, because Mursa is really good because she can dodge a lot of damage and she can deal damage herself. Surin is kind of like on the other side where she is really hard to deal with because you can't do that much damage. She can hide herself, she can get combat readiness, and then she can silence your team, which is really, really annoying, especially being on such a low turn cooldown, which is going to be super duper annoying. Next, Crescent Moon Rin. Another big unit you have to watch out for. So if you guys didn't know, Crescent Moon Rin has one of the highest base speeds in the game. I think she's around the same level as Cerise. I'll check after this patch part. But the biggest thing, oh my god, this is beautiful. Like, this is beautiful. Attacks the enemy with a lavish dance, inflicting stun for 1 turn before stealing 2 buffs and granting the effects to all allies. So if y'all didn't know, this is her S2, which is on a 3-turn cooldown. Think about that. It's an S2 on a 3-turn cooldown. This is really nice. And then I really want to watch, I want to go back to her because I want to see her actual, how slow or like how often this will proc. Because you can steal the enemy's buff, and if they're not buffed, you can just stun. And this will still stun if they don't have immunity and steal the buffs. So it's like, okay, if they have a Dieni and Crow, they have, and then the FCC, that's what? Barrier, crit resist, and defense up. You come in with this skill, you stun a priority unit, you steal the defense up and like the crit resistance. Now they're all left with this barrier. God, y'all, she's going to be nutty. I'm definitely going to build her. She's definitely going to be the next unit I build because, y'all, this is crazy. And she can awaken, like her imprint is effectiveness. Oof. Oof. I am so excited. I am so excited to build her. She's going to be so great. It's amazing. It's just, I couldn't ask for any better buff. It's just solid. The Shooting Star Arcades one is nice. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, she's pretty annoying. A good Shooting Star Arcades is really, really annoying. Because she can get one of the biggest heals to like anyone. If you have a unit that is 1 HP like a Kieran and use her ultimate on him, he will and she's full health, it will go up to being full health. What's nice is that it dispels all debuffs now. So think like a lot of people pair her up with Yufine, so it lets you set up Yufine a lot easier now because you can do this skill, heal her, and then the next turn set up, or do the ultimate on her and give her the initial and then cleanse before she dies. It's just it's annoying. She's gimmicky. It's the biggest thing. She's a gimmick character, but this just makes it more and more gimmicky, so her gimmick can work a little bit better. Should you be worried about it? No, just know that it exists. I don't think she's gonna be that much. All right, now let's start looking at the AI. So Specimen says doesn't matter that much. Crow, it'll come up every once in a while, but not really. Assassin Cidd, this is the one that you have to watch out for. And same with Wanderer Silk. I think the Wanderer Silk is actually pretty nice too, because both of them are high speed units. But now if you try to cleave an Assassin Cidd has the fastest base speed in the game. Like, you guys have to know that. Or one of the fastest. Not the fastest. Karen has the fastest base speed. But he has one of the fastest. He's faster than Assassin Kali. He's faster than Cerise. He's faster than Bazaar. So now if you're trying to come in with the cleave, he will target your fastest unit, which means that he can completely ruin your day if A, your Bazaar is not an immunity, or if your B, your Bazaar isn't tanky enough, oh, it's something you need to watch out for. I really do think you need to watch out for that one. The Destructive Pursuit AI, Stone Bullet is always used first. Yeah, that's nice. You know, like, that's cool. Nothing crazy. The Destina one, it's actually that it's more of a nerf. I know a lot of people actually used to use Destina for Banshee B, like Banshee runs. But now the fact that she does it when you have a debuff, it's rough. Because it makes it so she'll be using it early rather than later. And it's just like, that could hurt you. That could hurt the consistency of your Banshee run. It's something that if you use her for that, it sucks. So just know the Destina one. The rest are like, they're fine. They're nothing crazy. There's nothing crazy about it. The Fighter Maya one, it's like, that should already have been like that. It most of the times happens that way. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So let's give you guys an overview before I close the video. So all in all, was this patch nice? Yeah, it's cool that in terms of RTA, it's really nice. RTA, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this patch did a lot because Emil Rin being able to do all those things so often is really freaking good. Like being able to cycle and steal and give immunity to the team, she's definitely going to be a very solid counter pick because she actually does pretty good damage as well. The biggest problem she had was like survivability, but being able to stun priority targets is going to go a long way. And she's going to be a good counter pick unit. I already thought she was. So that one's really great. The Ambitious Tywin, it's really great. I'm really happy with it. But the problem still remains that I'm so disappointed that they didn't address, and that is Bazaar. So Bazaar still does not have a real counter. Is Ambitious Tywin a step in the right direction? Yes, it's more Bazaar hate. But if you guys want a comparison, it's like when they first introduced Lilibet. So when they introduced Lilibet, everyone's like, oh, Arbiter Vildred is dead. Arbiter Vildred is gone. Everyone has Lilibet now. No one's going to be using Arbiter Vildred. You know who everyone was using? Arbiter Vildred. It's not enough to lower the usage. A, not enough people have Ambitious Tywin. B, Bazaar still pushes combat readiness back by 30%. And then with the Abyssal Crown, it's 2 debuffs, not 1 debuff. So that means if Ambitious Tywin, if his whole team gets stunned and cannot be buffed, you can still stay stunned and you still lose the fight. So he's not really a real counter to Bazaar. He's a strong, he is good against him. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, he is strong against Bazaar, but he's not an absolute counter. And I just think it's like, none of these units are doing anything against Bazaar. And Bazaar has honestly risen to a level where it's just, he's too strong. Like Cerise, that was solid. You know why Cerise is balanced? A, because she can't soul burn and then not be able to, and be able to always hit the debuffs. It's also because Cerise doesn't push back your combat readiness. Cerise doesn't have access to something like Abyssal Crown. So the fact, man, they really missed the mark on this. They also missed a lot of units that people have been asking about that have been around for way longer. Like Haste still didn't get a buff. Regular Maya still didn't get a buff. Kali, like who's Kali? I didn't see Assassin Kali, regular Kali. She still didn't get a buff. She's been unusable essentially for like forever. So there's still a lot of units that are still unusable. And there is still Bazaar, who is the king of Arena. And no one can take that crown from him. And no one has been able to take that crown from him. Because he I don't know. I honestly think he's gotten to a point where he should just get a nerf. But yeah, little disappointed about that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There is a lot. It's still an exciting patch because there are definitely going to be more mechanics that are being introduced, which I always think is awesome. And then the AI improvements are also nice, but I really do think they missed the mark on what the biggest PvP problem is right now, which is Bazaar. So that was really disappointing. I wanted to see the base speed on the Man, what's her name? Rin? Because I think she's absolutely bonkers, y'all. This unit is going to be bonkers. Let me see where she is. Honestly, out of all the units, I think she is the one that has come up the best. Yeah, 3-turn cooldown. So if you hit someone with this, you can stun, and it's going to be on a 2-turn cooldown. Holy moly. And the thing about it is, that's 2 targets that lose their buffs, basically. Because this one, boom, takes the buffs. Just completely takes the buffs and gives you immunity, which is super nice. Oh my goodness. And then look at her base stat, y'all. Like, look at her base speed. 126. Oh my god. She's gonna be able to lap people. Y'all, if you slap this on at the end, this is the one I'm most excited about. If you ask me anything, highlight is her. For sure. Ambitious Tywin, not the worst ML anymore. Everything else, you could honestly forget about. So, that's the big summary of the whole video. Rin, big winner. Ambitious Tywin, winner. Everyone else is aight. They're better. They're not crazy, but they're better. And then they still miss Basar. So that's the summary for the video. So that's all for you guys today. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.